Okay, so we're back here with George again.
Yeah.
George is a very enlightened brother. George, you are Pan-Africanist.
Yeah.
You said you told me yourself you are 66.
Yes.
Ghana itself is 57 years old. No, Ghana is 60 years of age.
Yes.
Started in 1950. Started in 1957.
Yes.
The Kwame Nkrumah came inside.
Yeah.
And so, as you expressed earlier, Ghana has changed a lot from that time to this time. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about, or tell all of us a little bit about where you come from. Are you an indigenous to this area?
No. I come from the northern part of Ghana. It's the poorest part of Ghana. We are poor in the sense that we have only one season. One rainy season and then dry season. Finish. In the south, they have two. A major and a minor one. And then, in fact, most of the development is in the south. We, the people from the north, we depend a lot on education, especially the church. The Roman Catholic Church did a lot, especially from where I come from. They build schools, they give scholarships for young boys to go to Europe and America and places like that. And they always tell you that when you come back, also send one or two to where you went. So it has some multiplier effect.
Sure.
Now, we accepted Catholicism very much, and it helped. But we in the north, if you look at British policy, we were supposed to be supplying labor for the cocoa farms down south and for the mines.
Okay. When the British were,
yes.
Is it only the British you're talking about? Are you talking, Gold Coast was colonized by the British,
yes,
the Portuguese, the Swiss,
yes, no,
others.
It was colonized by the British.
Mainly.
The other whites came. In fact, the Portuguese and the Dutch were the first, I think. Then the Portuguese before the British came. But the British, they stayed, and then they were controlling Ghana. And Ghana at that time, not Ghana. At that time was just a small area, Greater Accra and Cape Coast. Most of the interior, was Ashanti. Then above Ashanti, the Ashanti Kingdom was what was called the Northern Territories. So Ashanti Northern Territories were not even part of Gold Coast. Yes, really? we weren't.
Because I recently, when I read Dr. Chancellor Williams' book, Destruction of African Civilizations, he talked about the Moshi.
Yes.
And the organization of the Moshi.
Yeah.
Since I've been living in Ghana,
yeah,
a lot of Ghanaians have been telling me that my people come from the north.
Yes.
And that those that were forced through the door of no return, the Ashantis were a major part of the slave trade.
They were reading us and then selling. They sold some of themselves too. There was something called panyari. The young boys don't know that because those history books are all gone. Panyari was, I owe you so much that you bring somebody to pay. Can you imagine that? Yes. But it was happening.
They call it like indentured servitude.
But most of the slaves came from the north. The Ashantis, they were fortunate to have a united kingdom. I mean, they united themselves under
the Golden Stool.
The Golden Stool. It was spiritual. They consider the Golden Stool as something spiritual that fell from heaven.
Yes.
But what I really know is that it didn't fall from anywhere in heaven. What happened was musketry.
We don't want to disrespect Ashanti folklore.
But that's what kept them together. That's what
the spirituality.
That's the soul of Ashanti.
Okay.
But the British, when they heard of the story and the Ashantis believing so much in that stool, you know what they decided? To take the stool away from them.
Yes.
They fought a war.
They fought a war over the stool.
They surrounded Kumasi and they went to capture the Golden Stool. So you know what the Ashantis did? They quickly got their blacksmiths to make another stool like that. Kept gold this and on it.
And gave it to them.
That wasn't the real thing.
How about that? So the Moshi, as I mentioned earlier,
yes.
The British and the Ashanti, they united in order to bring down the Moshi of the north.
Yes.
Interesting how
Yeah.
when the British were controlling, the northern regions were the ones that was not developed.
No.
And then normal investment went
Even
to
now,
what's developed.
if you consider the development down south to the north,
It's called
yes.
quite different.
Yes.
And so when Kwame Nkrumah came into power,
Yeah.
he then gave free
Education to speed up
the
in fact,
development of the north.
people don't know, but one of the reasons why Ghana had independence before Nigeria, Nigerians too wanted independence at 57, but the northern Nigerians said, no, wait a minute, very few of us have gone to school, so give us 3 years to catch up.
Okay.
So they went 1960. You see, so Nkrumah, in fact, when the British were going, they felt guilty. They had kept us underdeveloped in the north. Meanwhile, as you go further north, the people are taller and
more bigger.
Yes.
They have more of our, let's say, African American structure.
Exactly. The people down south, the Ashantis, they are short, normally very black, with bull legs, very hairy, with red eyes.
Okay.
Those around Lake Busuchi are typical Ashanti.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've seen typical Ashanti or typical, is it typical Akan or typical Ashanti?
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Because they are typically,
sometimes
I won't say dwarf-like, but
yeah.
very short.
Yes.
Very short,
Yes.
dark skin.
And normally very big because they eat a lot of starch. They fufu and then and there's a little food, a little meat here. Apart from bush meat, they weren't rearing cows and no.
That's something that the Northerners
with milk and things is in the north.
changed the whole structure. Interesting.
But then, you know what happened?
I want to
Some
stop it here and we will continue on with the
You
conversation.
capture a few northern men.